Hello, hello, test, test. The letter quietly lies on the table in the passenger car. Judging from its texture and style, it's from the Shenzhou. On the paper, the names of the sender and recipient are all omitted, with only a faint trace of dim ink vaguely visible. You unfold the letter, and the ink immediately becomes visible. It's as if an invisible hand holds the pen like a sword, making swift, decisive strokes. After a moment, the content regains its original appearance. A letter of unknown origin. I have learned of your return to your home, how you upended the ancient seas and saved the world from danger. I am sure this has recovered your forgotten memories. In accordance with our old vow, we should once again roam our lands of past, drink in celebration, and recount our great adventures.
Upend the ancient sea and return to old ground. It's a letter for Dan Heng, but who is it from? I should ask the conductor.
Clouds leave no trace.
Wow, you're finally back! And just in time for the Express's grand spring cleaning. Have you ever heard of a washtopia? It's a place where space vehicles can stop to rest. There are plenty of them throughout the universe. They're close enough together that you can travel between them without even activating a warp device.
Oh man, am I going to have to do this?
Washtopias only clean the exterior of the train, and they do a great job too. However, the seats, rooms, windows, all the nooks and crannies inside the Express, we have to do those ourselves. Since you only just got back, why not take a little rest and chat with the crew? Once you're ready, come find Pom Pom and we'll prepare to depart.
Oh, that sounds
Okay,
good.
I'll be waiting.
Can I even do this quest because of this quest?
How is everything? If you're ready, let's head.
I need a little longer.
All right, come see.
To progress mission. To release. Yes, release. Oh, look, everybody's gone now. I like that feature. Why can't Genshin have that feature?
Heave ho.
I mean, I guess it does now,
Heave ho.
but
Huh?
with some of the
Trailblazer,
older stuff, I
do you need
remember
help with
some
something?
stuff still didn't get fixed. There's a letter on the table.
Pom Pom's been cleaning up this whole time and didn't see any letters.
This is creepy.
What? Don't scare Pom Pom like that. Why are there always strange things sneaking onto our train? Pom Pom is going to upgrade the security level around here. What does the letter say?
Hand the letter over to Pom
It looks
Pom.
like an invitation. Who could have sent it? Does Dan Heng have any friends on the Law Fu? If Pom Pom remembers correctly, he said he was exiled from there, right?
Friends? Jingyuan?
Unlikely. If the general sent the letter, he would have signed it.
Why don't you show Dan Heng the letter? You know where to find him.
If I get the chance, I'd love to bring my telescope onto the Express. Well, not an observatory-sized one. I've got a portable one. It can be disassembled and reassembled super easily. Well, it's got a small base, but it's stable enough to get the job done. I used to love stargazing with it when I was a child. The lighting on the Express is perfect for observations. Great views at the windows, too. When you find a moment, sit here and turn off the lights. You'll be amazed by what you can see. And if you're feeling a little tired, lie down on the seats instead. The universe is fascinating from every angle. There's no better place for looking out into the stars than the Express. I envy you guys.
I mean, you're on a space station. You should still be able to see the stars. Hey, Bubbles. Wait, is he in the first room? Yep. Still so much I have not collected, because I don't come in here. What's up, brother?
What is it? Do you need something?
I need you to look at this letter. And don't freak out.
There's no signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them.
Why so serious?
Huh? Oh, I'm just thinking. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Dan Feng's past should be handled with care.
I mean, we could always just go ask Jingliu. He would probably know. The appearance of this letter makes you feel uneasy. You evoke the cloud hymn. Wait, are we Dan Heng now? You evoke the cloud hymn, and a droplet of water condenses from the air and soaks into the letter. The handwriting disappears, and another line of writing blurs due to the water stain. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price.
Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting him leave first was a wise choice. I can't put him in danger again because of this. But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? Maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight. I need to ask Jingliu about the Stellaron hunters.
There we go. Go ask someone who would know. Team must include Jingliu. Wait, is it one? Is her name one word? Everywhere online says it's 2. It is 1 word. Ice. Wind. Fire. Wind. Wait. Ice. Wind. No, I need. When it says fire, might as well do fire just in case. I actually need it. And I don't have her built yet.
After all this time away from the Luofu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jingliu would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh? I've got my work cut out for me today.
isn't Dan Heng.
Greetings.
Greetings. I need to speak to the general about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept
Yeah, right.
full responsibility. They can deduct my next 100 years' salary if they like.
That won't be necessary.
That won't be necessary. The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Dan Heng, do you recognize the person on the steps?
No.
No. If the general isn't available, I'll come back another day.
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jingliu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou Lafu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the general's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wingweaver, the father wolf of the Borazin, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jingliu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Lafu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jingyuan actually agreed.
I mean, Jinyuan is pretty smart. He probably knows what he's doing.
Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jingliu during her last day on the Lafu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
I mean, to be fair, if she wanted to wipe everybody out, she could. So, the fact that she isn't should be cause for less worry. But more worry for some other people. Qingzu suddenly stops talking. Like her, you perceive a chill settling in the air around you.
Imbibitor Lune, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Dan Heng. When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the Shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lune had been wiped from this world, but then I returned to the Lafu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
Do I know you?
Do we know each other?
The answer to that is both yes and no. However, your cold and indifferent tone is identical to the person I knew back then. If my guess is correct, the preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lune's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
Do you also wish to restore the High Elder succession?
So, you also wish to restore the High Elder succession, just like the Preceptors.
I have no intention of meddling in such things. That is the business of the Videodora. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins.
But why now?
I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jingliu has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
I like what she does with the voice, but I feel she's overdoing it a bit. But that's just me.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Luofu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer? You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge waterscape. It will be the last view of the Luofu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master The mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Ju-Ming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the general. The five of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jingliu.
Meanwhile, at the seat of divine foresight.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer. Regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life, accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Well, at least he's not being difficult about it.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an...
Oops.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
Young man, have you ever heard of Bai Heng, the Foxian pilot?
Bai Heng. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Bai Heng. This name is this name is unfamiliar to you and elicits no feelings. However, a voice inexplicably rings in your ears.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a watch from the sky, I presume?
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I only remember fragments.
She was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits.
Lend me your strength.
Blade of Moonlight. In lunar flame. The moon shines on the truth. Blade of Moonlight.
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
In lunar flame.
We've arrived. All ship production in Stargazer Navalia starts here. Just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Bai Heng's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Hey, I don't read much, but the General forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Starskiff. The author's name was Bai Heng.
That's right. Bai Heng was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck really was out of this world.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few starskiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Skyfaring Commission secretly referred to her as the Starskiff Killer. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Starskiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Before long, the Starskiff assembly line starts to
That'll do
operate.
it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
I wonder if she's ever going to call him by his name, or if she's just going to always refer to him as young man.
See, the star skiff is complete.
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Bai Heng in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her. In Bybiter Lune, do you still remember the battle against Shu Hu?
The Abundance Emanator, Shu Hu, rallied a great army and attacked the Alliance. I read about it in the Shackling prison.
You seem to be interested in learning about your past life. Still, all of that was erased. After Shu Hu attacked the borders, he disappeared without a trace. There are no records of his remains either. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Bai Heng, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shu Hu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in Bybiter Lune. You couldn't accept that Bai Heng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone.
Okay, so this explains more about his sin, I guess. Yeah, I'd like more details. More details, good.
There is no need to respond in Bybiter Lune. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff. Bai Heng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The artisanship commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
This again.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
Too bad you're fighting.
Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like
you never forgot.
In lunar flame. Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
Do we? Technically only have one day. Unless you know something that I don't.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you?
it's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Forward! Secret of the safe.
In lunar flame.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Lance! Forward!
That's better. Lend me your strength.
Blade of Moonlight.
In lunar flame.
A miracle!
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunae's.
Why do you sound so angry all of a sudden?
Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
The name of that person flutters at the edge of your thoughts like a leaf in the wind, but it remains elusive and unclear.
I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. I will let all of the Xianzhou know that a brief moment of my life is worth more than their long and meaningless lives.
Yingxing.
You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the master craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Or she did.
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short-life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
He's still alive?
Yingxing is still alive?
Of course he's still alive. But he might be better off dead. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid in Bibiter Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion.
There it is, the lore drop.
His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
A second chance?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
I feel she should have told him the name. I mean, I know who it is. I'm sure everybody who played the game knows who it is. But when is Dan Heng gonna find out? Meanwhile, at the Dragon Vista Rain Hall,
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shu Ling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingliu. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
randomly shows up like that. In the meantime,
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
Dan Heng? What a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
I'm not here for a checkup. She's here for a consultation.
Miss Bailu, She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. Bah, who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucence worms so I can take a closer look.
Philo is taking someone's pulse.
Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Dan Heng, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that she
won't live much longer.
She won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
Today's her last day on the Luofu.
What a shame. If she could stay for a few days, I might be able to figure out how to cure her. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. It won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, things have been a mess around here. Dan Heng, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
I can smell the herbs. Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away!
Surprised they didn't give her the Klee run.
There's an even bigger monster protecting this one! When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
It's been like this for a while.
Careful.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
So this is why your hands are so cold!
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Blade of Moonlight.
This cold isn't something normal flesh could withstand!
Head. Lance. Forward.
In the lunar flame. Nap time.
Lend me your strength. Lend me your strength.
Blade of Moonlight. In lunar flame.
All right, let me make sure nothing's missing. Excellent. The calming valerian and chi-strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Never make a patient wait too long. Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Luofu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes, and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment, and the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood, though from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend.
Wait, we're actually gonna go meet him?
Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yancheng.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink. How sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jingliu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye. A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jingyuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the 2 of you beforehand.
Jingyuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death.
Ooh.
We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days could flow indefinitely before us, like a Xianzhou lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer, which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away, like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Wait. That would have been... The end of that cutscene would have been great if none of us were here. Like, we just left him there after she killed him. Can't talk to him. Can't talk to him. Can't talk to him. Why is John Ching back?
Imbibitor Lunae, what do you plan on doing next?
I'm going to return to the Express.
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
There we go.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today.
He's just trying to protect you.
I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler. I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did?
Probably, after a couple centuries. I have to go.
Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
Why did that remind me of something? Oh yeah, that reminded me of a voice actor I met once.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it.
Blade coldly looks at you.
We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
If you wish, I will see it through.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now. I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another.
Should I be responsible for Dan Feng's actions?
Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth.
I have to go.
Yes. It has been a long day for you.
Is everything okay? We heard you received an anonymous letter and we were worried, so we came here to check up on you, but you weren't in the archives. Did that poker-faced Stellaron Hunter Blade give you any trouble again? I went to meet some old friends. That's a relief. By the way, don't forget to head back to the Express early. Himiko says she made coffee for us. Wow. That was pretty good. I do hate how the companion quests are so short though. Oh, guess it's time to do this. This is a companion mission. Whose companion mission is this? Who? Is this the new one? For... Oh, I don't even know his name. Wait. So... Night of Universal Hallucinations. Is that the new guy? Or is there somebody else that I completely forgot? Oh, okay, so yeah, this is for him. The unfamiliar cosmic visitor is here to spread beauty and help everyone resolve the crisis on the Express. Well, might as well.
How is everything? If you're ready, let's head to the Washtopia.
Ready, let's go. I'm assuming this is him, and I already forgot his name again. So... my default squad.
Something seems off. Pom-Pom already selected a route.
Something wrong?
We've seemingly gone off course. Strange. Pom-Pom's navigation is always precise. Stay vigilant. There might be a magnetic field nearby interfering with the Express's navigation system. Let's take a look in the control room.
So...
What happened?
What was that?
What's happening? Did you see that huge shadow? Everything outside is red. What's going on?
Have we fallen into the red dimension? We've been attacked by a giant space beast.
Then where did it go? And why is it so quiet all of a sudden? Even Mr. Yang looks surprised. That's not something you see every day.
March. The Express encountered an obstruction. The disturbance triggered a chain reaction. The Express was struck from behind by another vessel.
How do you crash into someone in space?
Another vessel in our vicinity encountered the same obstruction and was unable to control its velocity. After the collision, 2 individuals found their way onto the Express.
2 individuals. I see 1. Are they trying to extract compensation? We have guests?
Guests? I don't think they're here for tea.
They appear to be friendly.
Oh, if they're here to stir up trouble, I'll teach them a lesson. Let's go check it out.
Again, I see 1. Where's the other? There's the other.
Another anomaly in this shining universe. A blooming splash of colors. You are truly beautiful. A lady? I offer a sincere compliment. You're akin to a flower in winter. Oh? Another beautiful soul. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Argenti. I belong to the Knights of Beauty. May I know your names?
Knights of Beauty, what? Weren't they mentioned in Kafka's quest? Cautious silence.
Cat got your tongue? It's fine. He seems like a good guy. Hi, Argenti. I'm March 7th.
An honor. I was just explaining the significance of beauty to this foliage. Pardon my abruptness, but I have a habit of asking questions. As fellow beings of this universe, are you acquainted with Idrilla the Beauty?
Idrilla?
The Knights of Beauty travel from planet to planet, spreading the beauty's glorious reputation across the universe, so that every being may know of their existence. We strictly adhere to the commandments of our faith, tempering our physical forms and upholding our honor.
Aren't you here to help?
Yes, though not exclusively. Just as I extol the beauty in this foliage, what I anticipate is an encounter, a collision and exchange of minds and philosophies.
Are you saying we're also beautiful?
Do you doubt such an assertion? You need not, young sir.
You did just compliment a plant.
Both my words and actions come from the bottom of my heart. You are indeed beautiful, like flowers blooming in the morning sun. Young sir, now that you know something of the beauty, I wonder, can you resonate with this philosophy and place your trust in Idrilla?
Sure.
You sound confused. Young sir, with all due respect, I fear you may still be grappling with this philosophy, yet agreed with me out of kindness. An act of pure beauty in itself. I cherish different ideas, but judging from this situation, since you do not understand the beauty, I will have to show you in a way that only a knight can. I earnestly request a chivalrous contest with you. Should I be fortunate enough to triumph, I ask you to acknowledge Idrilla the Beauty as the most peerless beauty of all.
Is this guy based on Don Quixote?
No, you do not have to. This is merely an unspoken rule for battles between knights. I apologize. We, the Knights of Beauty, hope to convince people through battle, not poetry. Forgive me for my lack of eloquence.
Why are you fighting?
Communicating with others can be a most difficult endeavor. It is through action alone that we can convey our intent faithfully. May you understand the beauty.
This is pretty good battle music. I like this music.
Savor the vigor. You have the worst luck running into me. Here!
Conflict is pitiless. I'm on guard.
Let the duel commence.
Try that again.
Rise to the challenge.
You can't run.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Time for a shot. Phew! Gotta try hard some. Watch this awesome move.
Here is thunder.
Try that again.
Pledged unmoved.
You can't run.
Rise to the challenge.
Lance at the ready.
Naughty child. Now.
Tough luck running into me.
Behold this symbol of pure.
You're annoying.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless! Show no mercy.
That'll take him.
You can't run!
Confess!
Go away!
There's no time to lose.
Wanna try hard some? Watch this awesome move!
Rise to the challenge. Rise to the challenge. Put forth all your might. Try it.
Sorry to interrupt whatever's happening here. Forgive the interruption, but I just spoke with Himiko. The situation is more urgent than we imagined.
Thanks for tagging me out.
You're welcome. Just doing my job.
My deepest apologies, Mr. Yang. My concentration has been solely centered on my conversation with him. Now, it is only fitting to disclose the main reason for my presence here. To work jointly in resolving the crisis before us. I was piloting the one and only Through the Galaxy when I discovered Velite, an IPC worker who accidentally fell into a huge cave, from which I saved him. Upon saving Velite, I altered my flight course to accompany him to his original location. Consequently, I inadvertently ended up on the Express's navigational trajectory.
Who's Velite?
According to him, he is an IPC worker. I believe he's currently resting in the carriage. He is still in a state of shock. He swore to follow Adrilla the goddess after being impressed by what he saw during our adventure.
Why did you wear in the Express?
Thank you for coming. It'll be a first for the Express to work alongside the Knights of Beauty.
What do we do now?
Enjoy the present moment.
And then...
Continue to enjoy the present moment.
That's all you could come up with?
You misunderstand. I must first wholeheartedly enjoy the red night of the universe before I can discover an inharmonious pitch. These two things are correlated. Once I discover the cause, I shall destroy it.
Well, try not to take too long. Things could deteriorate at any moment. Could you please go check on Velite? He looks uneasy. He's a guest of ours, after all.
What is it? Here to cheer me up? Save your breath. Your intentions might as well be written on your forehead. I'm just a small-time IPC worker. That Argenti rescued me. I don't know anything, and I can't help you guys. I want to go home and have dinner. Once we're out of this jam.
I heard you became a follower of the Aeon of Beauty, is that true?
Did Argenti tell you that? Oh, that guy is unbelievable. Before he rescued me, he said something like, "You must pledge to acknowledge Adrilla, the beauty, as the most peerless beauty of all." I told him I'd marry her if he'd liked, as long as he got me out of that stinking cave first. And he refused. I couldn't believe it. My life was on the line, so I just repeated after him. Adrilla, the beauty, etc. You get the picture. Then he corrected me. It's Adrilla, not Adrilla. Who came up with such an awkward-sounding name? I'm a pencil pusher. What the heck do I know about the Aeon of Beauty? But of course, I repeated it again in order to survive. Adrilla the beauty, the most peerless beauty of them all! Just like that.
Can't you be more positive?
Do you think I like being negative? My friend, this is what's known as falling prey to the grim reality of life. When I was young, I assumed my life would be like a novel. I wanted to be a pilot, flying through outer space, exploring the universe in a grand spaceship. But then my parents told me I'd have to work for the IPC and make a bunch of money to fulfill my dreams.
Did you manage to make a bunch of money in the end?
What do you think? Do rich people make forced vows in caves? I gave up my unrealistic dream of becoming a pilot and worked for the IPC instead. I guess I'm living the life of a supporting character now. But after running into Argenti, I had an idea. perhaps I could make some money with him and turn my life around. He's tall, handsome, and a knight. Packaged and marketed the right way, I'm sure he'll pique a lot of interest. I told him about my idea, that he could advocate for the beauty while also incorporating currency as a notion of beauty. That would allow him to preach more efficiently. He was very impressed. I'm planning to contact the marketing development department as soon as I'm off the express. He'll make a great IPC product spokesperson, and I can be his agent. Now, the question remains, will this guy shine brighter as an image-focused idol, or should we showcase his formidable talents and mold him into a powerful star?
What are you talking about?
It's called facing reality, embracing it, and then conquering it. So when can I get off the express? I need you guys to solve this traffic jam problem ASAP.
This guy sounds familiar. Who else is this guy voice? That's enough of your weird ideas. Come help us.
Are you even listening to me? All right, I have nowhere else to be. Let's go.
What was that?
What was that sound? Did someone scream?
I heard a growl alongside that scream. You okay, Pom-Pom?
There was a strange sound. It was terrifying. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Pom-Pom knows the express inside and out. It definitely wasn't the train.
Is it possible that the jolt just now damaged the express? Did something manage to sneak in?
Do we know where the sound came from?
It sounded like it came from the passenger cabins. Or the conductor's cabin.
But those are in opposite directions. How about we go check our own rooms?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Hey, don't scare me. I'm sure there's a scientific explanation for this. Right? Now's the time for action. I'm gonna go check my room. If there's a problem, I'll let you know.
March has a point. Pom-Pom will go check the conductor's cabin.
Is it just her eyes that makes her look evil?
Is that me? What's she saying? I know your past. The things you want to see, to touch, to know.
Huh. No, the eyes look the same.
Your home.
No,
family,
they're missing the little
friends,
white spot right
emotions, what you love and what you despise.
there. The typical dead inside evil look. It's just missing the little white reflections, I guess.
Ah! I'm the complete March 7th, with all of your forgotten memories. Who are you? Why do you look exactly like me? Why did you stop talking? Oh, what kind of creepy...
March, can you hear me?
Huh? My phone. Himeko, there's something really weird happening.
I know. March, get out of there right now.
But...
March! Please reply. Have you left the room?
Did something happen to March?
Not good. I need you and Dan Heng to check on March.
I'll accompany you. Velite, you two.
What? All right, if things get dangerous, I'll hide behind you.
Definitely heard that guy's voice before somewhere else. Probably from Genshin.
It's an insect?
Ugliness. The inharmonious pitch has surfaced. Honor compels us to vanquish this dissonance.
conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Hit.
Try that again.
Seriously?
You can't run.
Can they do that infinitely?
Nap time. Watch this awesome move.
Here is thunder.
It's like dominoes.
That was so scary. It was like a long-lost twin sister had suddenly appeared out of nowhere. I can't believe it was only a bug.
I did not envision seeing true stings again.
Huh?
True stings?
There was a whole bunch of those bugs chasing me when Argenti found me in the cave.
So you brought them here.
I was under the impression that I had successfully routed all of them. However, it appears that the stings continue to pursue us. Could it be? Velite, perhaps you still bear sting pheromones on your body.
Huh? Farah, what is that? Is that bad?
Yes, I've read about true stings in the databank. They emit fibrous particles from their wings during flight, the inhalation of which can induce perceptual distortions and hallucinations. I'm afraid March may have inhaled some of these particles. That's why she saw another version of herself in the room.
So that was just a hallucination? Huh. Why do I feel kinda disappointed? Wait, I thought hallucinations were supposed to be completely random. Why did I see an identical me?
Did it do anything strange?
It said it knew about my past. And then it stopped talking.
I'm afraid that's not enough information for us to draw a conclusion. My concern is that numerous stings may have already infested the Express. Their elusive nature helps them stay in the shadows, but they may also be roaming freely. We have to prevent them from propagating. If not...
I don't want to see a bunch of marches roaming around the Express. One of me is enough.
We're on the same page.
That was kind of backhanded.
This isn't good. Evidence of a swarm is apparent, and it looks like several eggs are on the verge of hatching.
They're embryos for now, but their transformation into larvae could be imminent, and their growth may exceed our initial estimates.
This is a race against the clock.
Check around the Express.
Use the function, take picture of the camera, take photos of the camera, and find some clues. Oh, do I actually have to take the picture? Now and then you wish for a world with less bewildering things, but the moment you discovered there was a real chance of them being eaten, your sense of justice prompted you to take down the enemy. All things considered, even if you have no use for it, you can't let it benefit another party. What? You realize that the eggs here have started humming, creating a symphony of sorts, and it captivates you. You invariably notice that for some people, what they say sounds better than what they actually do. Driven by your sense of justice, you eradicated the eggs. Wait, what? Welt? All appears to be in order, except for a small bunch of what is likely highlighted hair. Although you can't be completely sure, there's nothing amiss with Mr. Yang's here.
What are you up to?
Nothing. You're pretty convinced that Welt standing in front of you is real. Best to back away before he gets grumpy. There are 0 eggs here. You observe that Pom Pom's tail is impeccably groomed, clean, fluffy, and smelling nice, with no signs of anything out of the ordinary. You fight off the impulse to reach over and feel it.
More eggs! The sting's propagated on the express! Are there eggs in my shoes?
The clock is ticking! We need to find a more efficient method. Act quickly! Let Pom Pom think. Every one of us should be involved! Valete!
What? What am I doing?
Use your brain and think of something!
Well, as a conductor, don't you have any emergency procedures in place?
Oh! Now that you mention it, Pom Pom does have a backup measure. We'll need... This mobile express cleaner should come in handy. I was planning to use it to sweep the express's ceiling during spring cleaning. It's got a nifty wide-angle lens on it. Once we zip it up into the air, we'll have eyes on the whole scene. Not a single nook or cranny will be able to hide from us. I mean, I know this isn't what it's meant for, but we have no other choice. If you think you can do this, I'll start piloting. Watch carefully. I'll be cleaning out the nooks and crannies as we go. All right, let's do this. Where do you want to check first?
The car seats. Nothing's wrong with the red leather seats. You feel the urge to trace your finger along the edge of the seat's depression. No one ever appreciates the weight these seats have to uphold.
Stay alert! Now's not the time for relaxing. Let's check somewhere else.
Under the car seat. You stare at the dark shadow cast by the car seat, imagining an eye staring back. You start to panic and want to get away.
Nothing out of place here.
You feel disheartened until you remember your duty to seek out the swarm. Time to search another area. The plant in the corridor. Argenti insists it's a potted plant with the ability to think, prompting you to question, does it really have intellectual capabilities? You struggle to persuade yourself that this is nothing more than a typical potted plant, lacking in unusual traits that set it apart from regular flora. Yet you can't shake the idea that the soil of the potted plant might actually be scrumptious chocolate powder, worth sampling the next time around.
What are you doing? Nothing out of the ordinary here. Maybe we should check the faraway cars. What do you think? Stay focused. You need to check every corner.
Mind if I take it for a spin? This little gadget could be the next big thing in spaceship cleanliness. Even Argenti could put his name to it. I'll jot that down. Let's carry on.
March 7th's room. March's room is pink and bright, nothing out of the ordinary. You find yourself counting her fluffy animals.
You still awake?
Dan Heng's room. A knight and his bug knight. Nothing to see here. Hold on.
You must be the creature that he mentioned. Does it bother you that people deem you cute? Believe me when I say that you are more than cute, my friend. You are a delightful ball of pure charm. Needless to say, it is an honor to encounter beings such as yourself. But I shall never give up my spiritual training. If this crisis cannot be averted, I shall die for the glory of the night!
What's going on? Why is he chatting with these bugs?
I think he's also fallen into a hallucination.
Is he seeing another him?
I don't think so. I think he may be perceiving an unfamiliar presence.
Well, let's go save him!
Beautiful beings! Are you disciples?
He looks beyond saving.
He could be in considerable danger. Let's proceed.
You're annoying!
Not a scratch.
Nap time.
Here is thunder! Lance! Forward!
You can't run! Try that again. You can't run! Phew! Watch this awesome move! Try that again. Oh! You can't run!
Nap time.
Try that again. You can't run!
Show no mercy.
I must apologize. I cannot believe that such a beautiful creature was merely a hallucination. Its deceptive and threatening nature is much uglier than its appearance would suggest.
You mentioned this thing transformed into an object of beauty, something that he once spoke of, but that you never personally encountered.
Yes, it was something he mentioned that I wanted to see in person.
Wait, when did I mention a Wubbaboo?
I see. This, together with the fact that March's hallucination claimed to know her past, suggests that these visions feed on people's subjective experiences and long-term sentiments. In order to take the form of what they personally desire.
So, in Argenti's eyes, Wubbaboos are a thing of beauty. But my past isn't something I'm constantly thinking about. I have plenty of other dreams.
That's not how it works. The desire to know your past embodies purity itself, a thing of immense value.
I wonder if the dying words of those ugly menaces can be trusted. As the saying goes, even an insect speaks kind words when death is near.
Are you implying that the insect imparted you with a message prior to its demise?
Correct. Its final words were, "Celebrate this superficial victory, for you will never be able to acknowledge the existence of the Overlord."
Let's ignore the fact that you understand insect speak for now. That sentence...
Velite.
Wait, I think I understand.
Is Velite.
When reading through the chronicles of interdimensional insects in the databank, I came across a species that had only been described in records. Due to the lack of research samples, the author gave it a tentative name: Giant Sting. This species can reach tremendous proportions and is big enough to swallow an entire star knot. I believe the Overlord Argenti mentioned could be referring to this colossal being. And we're...
So the shadow.
I think I understand. We are in the belly of the beast.
It swallowed the entire express?
Yes. That's my theory.
I see. That would explain what Velite and I experienced earlier.
What do you mean?
Did Velite mention that he was trapped in a dark and enormous cave when we first met? Now that I think on it, we did hear sounds akin to swallowing and other movements from the cave.
Yes, and your flight path happened to intersect with the Express's star rail, meaning we might have encountered the very same giant sting. Now, we need to see if we can prove the theory correct.
Oh, what is that?
Huh. It looks like our theory has already been confirmed. Let's talk to Mr. Yang.
You sound so calm about this.
quiet. Someone say something. Oh, never mind.
How's it going? Has there been any progress?
Let me explain the situation.
Dan Heng tells Welt what he thinks the Express.
I see. If the Express has been swallowed, then perhaps we could try pushing the Express's engine into a temporary state of overload and use the momentum to burst out of the giant Sting's body.
Why don't you just warp out of this place?
Warp jumping requires a lot of preparation, and it might alert the swarm.
It would be risky. The engine might overheat and burst into flames. Still, I don't have any better ideas.
I am not fond of this idea.
Could it fail?
In a word, yes. The outer components of the Express may well be melting in gastric acid as we speak.
It would seem our enormous, hideous enemy is right outside.
No! So my teddy bears and bunnies are gonna be liquefied by stomach acid? I've had them for ages! I need to find a way to save them.
Let's stay calm. I need some time to check the engine with Himiko. For now, just try and take your minds off the situation.
It's all right. We're in this together.
Have you noticed? Morale on the Express is low.
The Express is melting?
How is this even possible? I've been swallowed by a cave twice now. Is this my destiny?
We need to get out of the Sting's stomach as soon as possible. Pom-Pom doesn't want the Express to sustain damage.
Everyone, just calm down.
Calm yourselves, all of you. I'm bidding farewell to this Flora. After having made friends with all the beings on the Express, and having discussed the beauty with each of you, I can now depart this mortal coil without regret.
Ugh, can you and the Fern get a room already? How can anyone establish a bond with a houseplant? Although, I guess you could say the same about me and my teddy bears.
The Express is home to all of us. No matter what happens, we're in this together. Woohoo! You're back! Although I guess that doesn't change our odds.
Who knew our first meeting would be our last? It's hopeless. I'll just spend the rest of my short life listening to your ramblings about the Express, I suppose.
Nonsense! This won't be our last meeting. But I'm happy the Express has started to grow on you. Now, where should Pom-Pom start the story?
Are you really about to tell a story? Look, it's been nice meeting you and all, and I'd love to shoot the breeze. But are you people really just going to give up?
Velute, I will escort you to your destination. A knight always keeps his word.
Don't assume you can reassure me that easily. I've got a heart of stone, you hear?
Wow, he's about to start crying.
Okay, that's enough. In times like this, we should be trying to give each other hope.
You're worried about the Express just like everyone else, right?
No. The Express is strong. I'm sure we can think of something.
It's rare to see March genuinely worried. But
the Express has faced all kinds of obstacles on its journey. Today is just another one. It's no reason to stop trailblazing. Such is the very essence of trailblazing. It is through these trials that we find wisdom and maturity.
I've completed the engine inspection. Though the warp device isn't immediately operational, I believe we can still manage brief spurts of acceleration. Unless there are any major objections, I'll begin preparations.
Mr. Yang, one moment, please. I've suddenly happened upon an idea that might just help resolve our crisis. While the Express is being prepared, I would like to speak with him in private.
Seriously? Can't you just tell all of us?
Were I to air such a proposition among you, verily, it would be dismissed in an instant. Yet, as a knight, it is my duty to aid the Express in resolving this issue.
Oh, so you're a mind reader now, too?
At this stage, any plan is a plan worth hearing. March, hang fire. Let's see where this leads us.
Thank you. I apologize for being so abrupt. You must find me strange for wanting to speak with you alone. I will tell it to you straight. I have a strong sense that, as a knight of beauty, I have a duty to fight this battle. I propose that I disembark from the Express to confront the giant sting directly. My strategy is to pierce its stomach with my lance, triggering spasms that may cause it to eject the Express.
By yourself? I knew it.
It is challenging for me to articulate this phenomenon. Yet, when I observe certain entities, an indistinct sensation of beauty arises from my core, discernible only by instinct. Perhaps my long solitude traversing the cosmos has made it difficult to discern where these sentiments originate. But as a knight, I realize my obligation is to safeguard the seed that embodies beauty, standing as a bulwark to defend it against all. The Astral Express is that seed. It feels warm, like a home to me. I am certain this is thanks to the strong friendship you have with one another. That is why I must swear to fight to protect this warmth, rather than be protected by it. I am willing, time and time again, to protect these seeds of beauty, to allow them to bloom into pure and radiant flowers, to demonstrate my devotion to them. It is an inherent part of the journey of Argenti.
Who is them? Adrilla?
In the pursuit of defending beauty, I have bled into unconsciousness. And in the ensuing stupor, I have witnessed countless times their traces spreading from beneath my feet, reaching into the unknown before me.
Are they an Aeon?
My rational mind tells me no. Yet my heart tells me to believe. In those past hallucinations, I kept running. Their footprints on the mire-ridden path moved me to a sadness beyond tears. And every time, I was a breath away from catching a glimpse of their figure.
Are you fighting to protect beauty? Are you fighting to see them?
Yes, this is my duty. It is a never-ending cycle of falling and standing up again. Each time I wander closer to death, it gets me closer to the path the beauty once walked. This is my vow as a knight of beauty.
What are your plans after that?
I shall find a way to escape. It matters not if my flesh is pierced by the insect's horns. The closer I get to death, the closer I may get to the path of the beauty. I apologize. I have been rambling. As I said, articulation has never been my forte. Let us return to the point at hand. Do I have your support?
I'm still against it.
Why, dear friend?
I don't want you to put your life in danger. You're just consoling yourself with those hallucinations.
You worry for my safety. Thank you. Your understanding is more precious than any treasure. I have faced many a traveler, encountered flattery and provocation aplenty. It is rare to find a spirit as pure as yours. But, dear friend, I have made up my mind. As a knight of beauty, this is my destiny. Please forgive my inappropriate manner. Our friendship is new, but was forged in the heat of battle, which I only wish we had been able to conclude. I hope now we may conclude it still, that I may leave without regret. I shall prove my will with the blade, defend my honor, and uphold my dignity with the protocol of combat. Win or lose, I will accept the outcome, and thus bid you farewell. My friend, it is an honor to fight against you.
Don't get careless.
Conflict is pitiless.
I'm on guard. Hit! Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Gotta try hard some. Watch this awesome move.
Rise to the challenge. Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
You're annoying.
Trifling. Rise to the challenge.
Naughty child. That's better.
1,000 thanks.
Here.
There's no time to lose.
Rise to the challenge.
Show no mercy.
Let's unmove.
You can't run.
Rise to the challenge. The flesh wound. Bear witness to...
Try that again. Gotta try hard. Watch this awesome move.
Rise to the challenge.
Follow my charge.
Here is thunder.
Conflict is pitiless.
Lance at the ready.
You are fighting a gentleman. Confess.
Go away.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Stop running into me. Phew.
There's no time to lose.
Rise to the challenge.
Try that again.
Put forth all your might.
You can't run.
Rise to the
Gotta try
challenge.
hard sometime. Watch this awesome move.
Done. Show no mercy.
Behold, this symbol of pure...
Try that again.
Time for a shot.
My turn.
Here is thunder.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
You can't run.
Rise to the
I'm
challenge.
on guard. Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Bear witness. You are fighting a gentleman.
That's better.
1,000
Tough luck running
thanks.
into me. Here.
Rise to the challenge.
Conflict is pitiless.
Cleanse unmoved.
Try that again.
Rise to the... Put forth all your might.
I'm okay.
You can't run. Gotta try hard some. Watch this awesome move. Phew.
Lance at the ready.
Let the duel commence. Put
forth all your might!
Rise to the challenge.
You can't run!
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Show no mercy.
My turn! Gotta try hard Watch this awesome move!
Behold, this symbol of pure... You are fighting a gentleman.
Follow my charge.
Here, this thunder!
It's time.
Now time.
Tough luck running into me!
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Pledged on you!
You can't run!
Rise to put forth all your might!
Was that it?
Try that again!
Rise to the challenge!
You can't run!
Put forth all your might!
That's better.
1,000
turn.
thanks.
Phew!
Lance at the ready.
There's no time to lose.
Bear witness to let the duel commence.
Show no mercy.
Naughty child.
Tough luck running into me! Here!
Conflict is pitiless!
Rise to the challenge. Confess! Put forth all your might!
You can't run!
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Gotta try hard sometime. Watch this awesome move!
Rise to the challenge.
I'm on guard.
Your demeanor, strength, and the etiquette of your combat. I admit you have won me over. Extraordinary and enjoyable in equal measure. Encountering an opponent of your caliber proves the existence of the beauty. The end of our battle signifies my departure. The moment has finally arrived for me to bid farewell to the Express.
Confident you could get out alive?
Dear friend, I assure you, I am not a reckless person. I will ready myself for the opportunity to escape.
Will we meet again?
I came to the Express to help you find a solution to this crisis. When my mission is complete, I shall venture back into the cosmos. But the cosmos is boundless. We may yet have another encounter.
I'm ready to say goodbye.
Excellent, dear friend. After completing my mission here, I shall find somewhere else that requires my protection. Worry not. As a knight, I bear the resolve and honor of assured victory. My body, tempered by countless battles, will not easily be broken. Such a brief, fortuitous encounter. It has been an honor knowing each and every one of you on the Express.
Let's go talk with the others.
So, how did your talk with Argenti go?
He wants to fight the giant Sting by himself.
I see. Based on our dealings with him so far, I can't say I'm overly surprised. Sounds like the kind of plan a younger me might have come up with. But that doesn't mean I approve of it. How do you see things?
I agree with Argenti.
I suppose it all depends on how you see his understanding of and devotion to the beauty. If you're certain, I trust your judgment.
I took a nap just now. I dreamt there was another me piloting Argenti's one and only. What's wrong with me? I never dream. After stealing Argenti's spaceship, I said to myself, go find Argenti. I'm not the type to start caring about people I've only just met. The dream made me feel a little uneasy. So what on earth is Argenti up to, anyway?
He wants to fight the giant sting by himself.
What? He wants to fight that huge bug on his own? So all that talk of departing the mortal coil and bidding farewell to a plant, that was all serious? You refused him, right?
He insisted.
That's a suicide mission! And for what? Don't get me wrong, I don't really care. But if he dies, how am I going to turn my life around? All right, fine, I care about him. Ugh, why is he so difficult? Are his beliefs more important than his life? No way, I've got to talk some sense into him.
After jumping from the express, I shall pierce the wall of the giant sting's stomach. It should then violently convulse, so the express can escape the confines of its body. Velite, have you something to say?
It's reckless to put yourself in danger. Do you really have to fulfill your nightly duty? Isn't there another way? I just don't get it.
You too are worried for my safety. You may not have realized, but you have a unique and noble soul. I hope I can keep my promise to escort you to your destination.
You... Oh, what the heck? Fine. I can be brave too, you know. If you insist on doing this, then I'm coming with you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be alive right now. I may not be as strong as you, but I'll do whatever I can.
I appreciate that. But it would be best for you to remain on the express.
You're impossible. Fine. It suddenly struck me that if it weren't for this accident, we would never have met, let alone become friends. My life is a third-rate fiction next to your heroic saga, but at least they coincided. So you still want to do it? Are we gonna say goodbye here? Then don't die. I'll be waiting for you. After we fix this mess, you've got some spokesperson duties at my company to attend to. Just make sure you come back in one piece.
Okay. I'm hating him a little less.
Do not worry. You will hear my shout. Idrilla the Beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all. Once the express is safely out, I will devise my own exit plan and navigate my way to safety. Having witnessed this spectacle, I am sure you will come to grasp the depth of my convictions. In the sanguine, eternal night of the universe, my existence professes a loyalty greater than the guileless.
Hey! We made it!
Are there fireworks?
What is that? Did the Express make the universe explode?
No, this is a hallucination caused by the giant sting. The commotion must have led to a great shedding of wing particles.
Huh? Then maybe the insect wasn't that big? Maybe it was all an illusion?
I'm afraid not, March.
That's it? It is just like that? After some time, okay.
I bet Argenti would think these fireworks were really... beautiful. We didn't know him very long, but he was a pretty nice guy. I hope he made it. The Express managed to escape the crisis, but Pom-Pom still feels a little sad. Pom-Pom wonders what happened to Argenti. Velite just left the Express too. He looked really upset. I guess he didn't know what Argenti was thinking either.
The Knights of Beauty are made up of individuals who are used to traveling through the cosmos alone. They are difficult to understand, and the starry sky is their home. Perhaps this fireworks show is a symbol of his honor.
But the fireworks and the starry sky, he didn't see it.
He has his own goals. And struggles. After all, the Eon of Beauty has likely already fallen.
You mean Adrilla? The one he wouldn't stop talking about? But he said he'd find them and fulfill his duty to protect them.
The fact that Adrilla has fallen is tacitly acknowledged by some Knights of Beauty. Naturally, there are others who don't want to believe it. Like the one you met. He probably thinks that Adrilla is simply missing, hiding somewhere beyond the reach of mortals. The crisis is over, and our unexpected guest has left. But I think there's still something we should talk about. In your opinion, what is beauty?
Lover's eyes, all fun and no work. Watching cats eat food maniacally, or manically. That which exists between the crew.
Oh, that's a good answer. Beauty takes many forms, and different people have different answers. I wonder what exactly it is that the Knights of Beauty are pursuing through the cosmos. Let's assume that Argenti finds the missing Adrilla. Will he be able to recognize them with his human eyes? Or, obsessed with his version of them, will he turn a blind eye and not even see them for who they are?
It did seem like he had a kind of tunnel vision. And it sounded like he was holding himself to unreachable standards to attain his dreams. I didn't quite wrap my head around him. I guess if we're ever back in Belobog and see a red-headed knight shouting into trash cans, "Idrilla! Are you in there? Idrilla!" I won't be surprised.
Is that foreshadowing? Is that going to happen? Are we going to see him on Belobog one day?
But so what? I still think he was a nice guy. Even if he was a bit weird.
Where were we supposed to be going again?
Are you safe and sound? I am sincerely worried. Enough about us. Argenti, I knew it. You're still alive. It's so good to see you made it through. The moment a knight enters battle, they should already have full belief in their victory. When I fought against it, it was as if the light of beauty protected me. Whatever happened next, alas, I do not recall. But the true sting mayhaps have a case of bad breath. Something akin to indigestion. Afterwards, I spent a long time wiping and polishing my armor. I'm glad you're alive. I'm gonna start crying. Boo-hoo. Pom Pom will drive the express over to pick you up.